As you're aware, I learned about the article about impermissible benefits to student athletes this morning. As we're all aware, Malik Pope's name showed up in that list of students receiving illegal benefits. As a result of that, we have decided to withhold Malik from competition while our athletic department does an internal investigation into the matter. I'd like to say that I'm confident that our staff has done the right things, that neither I or any member of our staff knows Andy Miller or any of his associates or associated with him in any way, that when I took over this job, one of the first things I said was that I was most proud of our compliance of culture, that we are compliant with the NCAA rules, that San Diego State does an outstanding job of educating not only the coaching staff, but the student athletes as to what's acceptable and unacceptable. And I take great pride in that.
Brian, have you talked to Malik? Did Malik take money? Did Malik pay the money back? What is the status of what he actually got involved in?
I really can't comment on that as it's going on, Lee. You know, I spoke to Malik. He is going to meet with our compliance people, and they will discuss with him anything involving this internal investigation.
Did he deny it, or was he in a position to deny it when you spoke?
I really can't comment on that. You know, it's an internal investigation, and Malik will discuss with our compliance people what transpired or did not transpire.
And just to be clear on the timeline, does this effectively, so few games left in the tournament, does this effectively end his career at San Diego State?
I don't know at this time, Bryce. I mean, we're going to do an internal investigation, and where that leads and how quickly it leads will be based on what the athletic department discovers and how quickly they act on it.
What is your expectation of how this impacts your team playing this weekend and the other guys on the roster?
I think our team will be ready to play. Obviously, it's going to be a distraction for them, but they've proven to be resilient and tough-minded, and this will just be another challenge for them to overcome on a road to our hopefully fourth straight victory.
Brian, this program's been built with pretty high-character players since Steve and you arrived. Are you stunned that any player who all knows the rule would do something like this?
Well, first of all, Lee, I'm not saying Malik did or didn't do anything. That's why we're doing an internal investigation. But like I said, we've taken great pride in our compliance here at San Diego State. I think in our 19-plus years, I think everybody knows we run a program that abides by NCAA rules, that takes great pride in that, and will continue to do that.
When this news first broke in September of what has become this just this avalanche, what did you do within this program, or did anyone do within this program to say, let's clean house, let's make sure we got nothing wrong with us?
Yeah. Well, part of our responsibility to the student athletes is education. And so we have compliance meetings every year. And every year, every student athlete is asked to sign a paperwork that indicates that they understand what the compliance issues are, that they have not taken money from agents or entities like that. And San Diego State and most universities around the country do a great job of educating their students. So hopefully that has had a positive effect on all of our student athletes, that we will respond to this in a timely manner and determine what has or hasn't happened.
But there was no extra checking. You didn't go around and say, do you know these people? Did any of that take place?
I don't believe we talked to the coaching staff. Obviously, when this first occurred, met with our compliance people, and we talked about, does anybody know Andy Miller, any of people associated with any of these investigations? And like I said in my statement, our coaching staff has no relationship, knowledge, has ever met, would even recognize Andy Miller or any of the people that he associated with his firm. And so we did have that discussion with compliance when this story first broke. So I feel as if we've always done things the right way, that when this was a national story, as much as we hoped it wouldn't affect us, obviously Malik's name showing up on a list has had an effect on us. And so now we will do the due diligence, the internal investigation to find out if there's any credibility to it.
In the minds of some people, they'll connect these dots, but are you aware of anything related to Tony Bland's situation in this?
No, I mean, Tony was, I think his last year on staff was 13, and I think Malik's name didn't show up on this ledger if I looked at the thing until 15. And so, no, I would say that, that nobody on our current coaching staff or anybody associated with our program was involved in anything in that regard.
And in a basketball way, until this morning, probably you prepared for the weekend with Malik Pope and your rotation and any kind of sets and things you wanted to do. How are you guys different without him?
Well, you know, it's we almost have to treat it as if it was an injury that he's unavailable to us. And like I said, our team has responded to having players out of the lineup all season. And I'm sure they will respond well at San Jose tomorrow, and they will come ready to play and represent San Diego State and Aztec basketball where everyone can be proud of their effort.
Brian, who heads up your compliance? Is JD part of that? Are you part of that? Or is there a special associate AD that runs that?
Lee, we're all responsible for compliance, whether it's every assistant on my staff, me as a head coach, Andy Humes is our compliance director, JD Wicker. We're all compliance officers first here. And so it is our duty to the department that if we see any non-compliance within the department to report that. So whether it's the most minor of violations leading up to anything that could occur, we're all compliance officers here at San Diego State.
Who will head up your conference with him, with the player? Who's the point person?
Andy Humes is our compliance director. So it will be done internally and with the highest of integrity.
Obviously, we spent a lot of time talking facts, figures, numbers, but emotionally, this has to take a toll on you too, correct?
Yeah. Obviously, you know, you don't want something like this to occur. But when it happens, you know, we have the people in place to deal with it. And like I said, this is something that we're not used to at San Diego State, obviously. We've not had this kind of compliance issue in my 19 years here. So right now, it's just an internal investigation. There's nothing proven or disproven. We're looking into Malik's name on a list, and I have great faith in the people at this university to do so thoroughly and efficiently.
So there's no expression of like anger, disappointment, those things resonating in your head today?
No, I mean, this is, as much as this is important to San Diego State, this is obviously proven to be a national story. And there are coaches across this country on every campus addressing these type of issues. And so is it what we'd like to be doing as a basketball coach? No, we'd like to be getting the team ready to play. But I think we're naive to think that it can't happen anywhere across this country, and has happened. And like most of these universities, we're dealing with it in the most efficient way we can, as timely as we can.
I don't know if you read the bulk of the report or you looked at the listing of marquee players and the volume of money. How sleazy is college basketball right now, and how out of control is college basketball because of all these outside influences?
You know, not speaking to this case in particularly, but I think I've commented in the past, you know, that this is outsiders that are infiltrating college basketball. This is not, in a lot of regards, programs that are doing this. These are people trying to gain influence over student athletes. So this is a national story. It's not a San Diego State story, although it's a San Diego State story today. But I think we've all been aware of what's happening in college basketball, and that this is an opportunity as a whole to continue to police ourselves and represent the universities in this game with great integrity moving forward.
Have you talked to the other players about this? You guys able to huddle? I don't know if you had practice yet today, or if you're gonna have it now, if you had it before. But you guys huddled together, sending messages. What's the conversation been like?
No, I haven't had a chance to meet with the team. We'll do that. We practice here in about a half an hour. So we'll get with the team and we'll address Malik's situation and get the team ready to travel and play tomorrow. So that's where we're at.
I have a hypothetical question. Can you talk about university protocol players come from all backgrounds, all tough situations, etc. Player comes to you and says, severe family problem, money problem, home without a father, family about to be evicted, we don't have any money. Is there a protocol within a university infrastructure that an athletic department can help a player who's having significant family issues? Is that in place?
Yeah, they have a needy student fund for things that occur like clothing, or they can't afford clothing, or maybe a parent or a sibling passes and they have to get back for a funeral. Yeah, so those funds are available to student athletes at most universities, and they're NCAA allowable.
Are you crediting him still eligible to practice and be with the team, or is it quarantined to one area?
We're just going to withhold them until we finish whatever internal investigation we have to do.
All team activities, not just...
At this point, yes.
Okay.